ATA, for telling my wife we won't send any more money to her family if they don't spend it on necessities first. My wife, 24F, and I, 25M, have been sending money to her family in a war-torn country. They quite literally do not have a dime to their name and can't work since they are refugees in their country. I am completely cool with sending money to her family for necessities. Food, water, shelter, clothes, etc. I would hope someone would do the same for me if I was in that position or my family was in need. For background, we are a single-income household, with myself being the breadwinner. We have a solid amount of extra income to support sending them some money, thankfully. This is where the issue is for me. There have been multiple times where I hear that money is not being spent on necessities. For instance, her younger brother, 16, spent some of the money they needed on a tattoo. When I heard about that, I told my wife, if your family can't afford basic necessities, then why would it be okay for him to get a tattoo right now? She flipped out on me and tried to guilt trip me because he's her little brother, and she wants to make him happy in a war in case he dies. I got angry myself because I am just coming from a logical standpoint. We are basically sending about $1,000 a month at this point, and they are splitting it between 3 families, and that's barely enough, understandably. So, in my eyes, if you barely have enough money for food, then why would you spend it on things you don't need, especially when you're not working? She told me today that her mom is borrowing money from other people for basic needs. So we sent her some money again, which is fine because it sounds like she needs it. But then she tells me her brother wants to spend some of that money on a trip with his friends, and that he is not listening to his mom or something when she tells him she can't. It's so confusing. It's like, 1, the money is being sent to her mom, so how is her brother getting access to it? But I ended up telling her we're sending the money, and if it's not being spent on what it's supposed to, I think we need to stop sending any because this is getting a little ridiculous. Like, we don't have unlimited money, and we have our own expenses as well, and I feel like I am being taken advantage of. The last time this happened with the tattoo, I talked to her mother and explained that I hope the money we are sending is not being used for unnecessary things, and she totally agreed and saw where I was coming from. Ata here, what would you do in this situation?